We'll pick up the countdown in 15 seconds. Picking up in 10 seconds.
The countdown clock will resume on my mark. 3, 2, 1, mark. T-minus 9 minutes and counting. TLS auto sequence has been initiated.
Ground launch sequencer will be checking over 1,000 parameters between now and when it hands off to Atlantis' onboard computers at T-minus 31 seconds. And from 31 seconds on, Atlantis' onboard computers will be completely in control of the countdown and for main engine start. And it will assess in the last 6.6 seconds whether the engines are up to full thrust.
TLT OTC connect essential buses to fuel cells per your checklist. Copy.
In about 20 seconds, we'll be retracting the crew orbiter access arm.
Yeah, this is go for orbiter access arm retract.
Atlantis, this OTC, this day has been over 30 years in the making. There have been many fabulous missions throughout the years. On behalf of KSC launch teams, past and present, we salute the entire astronaut corps for their dedication, not only for our expanded knowledge of the universe, but for the improvements you have contributed to on Earth. Have an excellent mission and Godspeed.
Fantastic words, Roberta. Thank you very much. Thank you, your team. Thank you, sir.
It's orbiter test conductor Roberta Wyrick from United Space Alliance. At T-minus 5 minutes, the pilot will be instructed to start the orbiter auxiliary power units.
JRPS OTC, start APU display recorders.
The JRPS recorders are running.
TLT OTC, perform APU pre-start.
Pre-start work. OTC, TLT, 3-grade prospect.
Copy, 3-grade prospect.
Coming up on T-minus 5 minutes in 3, 2, 1, T-minus 5 minutes and counting.
Orbiter APU start.
TLT OTC, perform APU start. CDR OTC, reconfigure heaters.
Doesn't work.
Solid rocket booster safe and arm devices are now being armed.
OTC, TLT, triggered APUs.
Copy, 3 good APUs.
Next milestone is a check of the orbiter's flight controls.
TLS is go for purge sequence 4.
And there will be a steering check of Atlantis' 3 main engines. Verify now that the main engines are in their start position.
TLS is go for ET LO2 pressurization.
Starting now the retraction of the gaseous oxygen vent arm, vent hood.
OTC, clear caution warning memory, verify no unexpected errors.
Fuel cells going to internal. External plane camera being activated at this time.
OTC, PLT, no unexpected errors.
Copy that. Flight crew OTC, close and lock your visors and initiate O2 flow.
T-minus 2 minutes.
TLS is go for ET LH2 pressurization.
Solid rocket booster cameras being activated. T-minus. So now the suppression water system is being armed. T-minus 1 minute. The oxygen and liquid hydrogen fill and drain valves are closed. T-minus 40 seconds, handing off to Atlantis' computers at T-minus 31. T-minus 35, 33,
Clock will hold at T-minus 31 seconds due to a failure.
and we have had a failure. Grand launch sequencer.
Just on 3 track switches. And EDSP. Go ahead. But no, we need guys to go do the verification for the LCC, please. Alright, C-Mac?
Yes, C-Mac. The LCC says we need to verify using a camera, and we're positioning camera 62 right now.
Okay, let us know as soon as 62 is flown over and you can verify LCC for GDA retract, please.
And all personnel, we're holding here 31 seconds while we get a verification that the GDA has fully retracted. Per our pre-plan. This is C-Mac. We verify retracted.
Okay, and you can verify that it is fully retracted per the instructions that we've been, that we developed, correct?
That's correct.
Alright, and STD? And STD concurs. They set aside the requirement to GSE 13 pre-plan contingency. I'm go. Okay, I copy. And launch director.
Yes, sir. I heard all that. Concur. Press on.
Alright, very good. STD? Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I need concurrence to GLS and ask to clear the hold, please.
Very good. And GLS, you have concurrence? Go.
All right, guidance.
Just a reminder for folks, our last back hold time is 3 minutes and 16 seconds. STS DLS-212, we're ready to go. All right, very good. And launch director, with that cleanup, we're going to go ahead and proceed. Yes, sir, please do. All right, and all personnel, we are going to pick up the clock here momentarily. And GLS, you can resume the clock on your mark. Copy that. Countdown clock will resume on my mark. 3, 2, 1, mark.
T-minus
Sequence start.
handoff to Atlantis' computers has occurred. Solid rocket booster nozzle steering check and work.
20.
Firing chain is armed.
15.
Go for main engine start. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. 5. All 3 engines up and burning. 2, 1, 0, and liftoff. The final liftoff of Atlantis on the shoulders of the space shuttle. America will continue the dream.
Roger roll, Atlantis. Houston now controlling the flight of Atlantis. The space shuttle spreads its wings one final time for the start of a sentimental journey into history. 24 seconds into the flight, roll program complete. Atlantis now heads down, wings level on the proper alignment for its 8.5-minute ride to orbit. 4.5 million pounds of hardware and humans taking aim on the International Space Station. 40 seconds into the flight, the 3 liquid fuel main engines throttling back to 72% of rated performance in the bucket, reducing stress on the shuttle as it goes transonic for the final time. Engines now revving up, standing by for the throttle up call.
Atlantis, go at throttle up, no action, DPDT.
Go with throttle up, no action on DPDT.
That call from Capcom Barry Wilmore, a transducer, instrumentation only, no action required. Atlantis now 15 miles in altitude, already 16 miles downrange from the Kennedy Space Center, 1 minute 40 seconds into the flight. Atlantis flexing its muscles one final time. Atlantis traveling almost 2,600 miles an hour, 21 miles in altitude, 24 miles downrange, standing by for solid rocket booster separation. Booster officer confirms staging a good solid rocket booster separation. Guidance now converging. The main engine steering the shuttle on a pinpoint path to its preliminary orbit. 2 minutes, 20 seconds into the flight. Atlantis already traveling 3,200 miles an hour, 35 miles in altitude, 50 miles downrange. The propulsion officer reports the orbital maneuvering system engines have ignited. Atlantis kicking on its afterburners for 1 minute, 23 seconds for the final phase of powered flight.